At our engagement party, my fiancée Isabella finally showed up fashionably late, of course, but this time on the arm of another man. Then, in front of everyone, she told me she wanted to call it off. That's when it happened. Out of nowhere, a string of texts started scrolling across my vision like a live chat feed superimposed on reality. Here we go. Here we go. The words felt unreal, but they kept rolling. This is the scene. The female lead acts tough and says she wants to break up, but she's just waiting for the male lead to beg her to stay. Don't do it, dude. She's being a total drama queen. She's just scared that if she loves you too much, you'll have all the power after the wedding. You can't really blame her for acting out. At the end of the day, the male lead just hasn't given her enough of a sense of security. My brain short-circuited. I blinked, but the strange words just kept scrolling. Yes. He's about to get jealous. As soon as he begs her to stay, she'll ditch the male bestie in a heartbeat. The cold, ruthless CEO X, the high-maintenance beauty. She runs, he chases, and there's no escape. Snapping back to reality, I turned my head toward Isabella. Her expression was cold, but I caught a flicker of something beneath it, anticipation. She was waiting for me to beg. Instead, I looked her straight in the eye and said, without hesitation, "You got it. We're done." Isabella froze. Clearly, she'd been expecting a very different outcome. Her face went blank. "What did you say?" I said, "I agree." I repeated, "The engagement is off." The entire room went silent. A hush fell over the guests, followed by a rising wave of whispers. At the same time, the scrolling text exploded in front of my eyes. What was he saying? He's supposed to grovel and plead with her not to leave. That other guy is just her best friend. They've known each other for years. If they were going to get together, they would have done it long before he came along. She's about to shatter. "You have to console our girl or we'll never forgive you." I ignored the ridiculous commentary and kept my eyes locked on Isabella, who still looked utterly incredulous. My voice was ice. "Today, in front of both our families, you decided to bring your new man to our engagement party. Since you've made your choice, the least I can do is get out of your way. But let me be clear, our families have history. You could have said something yesterday or last week. The fact that you waited until this exact moment, here, at this party, shows you have zero respect for the Thorne family. You're deliberately dragging our name through the mud. So, from this day forward," my voice dropped lower, "our families are done too." The truth was, Isabella's family ran a boutique marketing firm, and after she became my girlfriend, I'd invested heavily in their company, funneling major projects from Thorne Industries their way. Her arrogance made no sense to me. Without my backing, the Vance family business was just a few bad quarters away from collapse. It was time she learned that lesson. "Ashley," I called. "Yes, Mr. Thorne, terminate all active and pending contracts with the Vance Group." Immediately, Ashley, my executive assistant, had been glaring daggers at Isabella since the party began. At my order, she practically sprinted out of the room to make the calls, as if afraid I might change my mind if she waited even a second. My parents, who moments earlier had looked furious, visibly relaxed the instant they saw how decisively I'd acted. Isabella's parents tried to step forward, scrambling to smooth things over. "I gave them no quarter. I assume you both knew about your daughter's little stunt today and let it happen anyway," I said coldly. "Or did you just think Lucas Thorne was some kind of pushover?" My tone was sharp enough to cut glass, and they quickly shut their mouths. Isabella's lips parted. She took an involuntary step forward, as though she wanted to say something. I pointed at the diamond necklace glittering at her throat. "Since the engagement is off, I'll be needing that back. It was a custom piece. I'd paid $3 million for it. She no longer deserved it." At the same time, I pulled loose the silk tie she had once given me, knotted it, and held it out to her. The scrolling chat feed went nuclear. No way. No way. He's taking the gifts back? This is setting up a major groveling arc later on. So cringe. Who even asks for a gift back? Just goes to show even the richest guys are cheap. OMG, my poor baby Isabella. She was just testing him, and he gave up without even trying. I knew I shouldn't believe in love. Crying emoji. When Isabella saw me remove the tie, her expression flickered with disbelief. Then her face shifted through a storm of emotions before she finally softened her tone, lowering her voice so only I could hear. "Lucas, I know you don't really want this," she whispered. "You've only ever loved me. We have too much history to just throw it all away. She paused, then delivered her ultimatum. Beg me. Promise me that from now on, I come first no matter what. If you do that, I might reconsider. My mother, standing nearby, had heard enough. She stormed over, unclasped the necklace from Isabella's neck with a furious snap, and spat. What kind of nonsense is that? Plenty of women would kill to be with my son. You're not the only one. This engagement is over. Go. Get out. Not a minute later, my father stepped in, seeing that my mother was about to explode. He turned to Isabella's parents. The engagement is off. I don't think there's any reason for you to stay. And with that, he and my mother went off to mingle with our relatives and friends, leaving the Vance family standing alone, humiliated. They slinked away without another word. The chat feed was still buzzing in front of me. No. Are we fast-forwarding to the finale already? This is all the male lead's fault. His stupid pride got in the way. Doesn't he know pride is worthless? Why couldn't he just swallow it and comfort her? She's furious. The consequences will be severe. The only way he gets her forgiveness is if he gets on his knees. Isabella remained frozen in place. Her so-called best friend, Chad Miller, chose that moment to make his move. His voice rang out deliberately loud. Izzy, aren't you happy? This is what you wanted. Isabella's jaw tightened. She forced the word out through clenched teeth. Happy. I'm ecstatic. Chad shot me a smug, triumphant look. Lucas, you wanted this all along, didn't you? You were just jealous of my friendship with Izzy. For a guy like you, you're incredibly petty. Izzy is an amazing woman. I'll take good care of her. You're going to regret losing her. The scrolling text surged again. Oh, here we go. The drama is starting. 2 guys, 1 girl. This is going to be good. He's jealous. Don't let her go, you fool. Fight, fight, fight. We want a testosterone-fueled showdown. I gave Chad a lazy, dismissive glance. Then I went for the kill. Are you a recycling plant? I asked flatly, because you seem to specialize in taking in trash. His face fell instantly. The engagement ends, and not 5 minutes later, you're swooping in to pick up the scraps. Were you a hyena in a past life? I didn't stop there. My voice dripped with contempt. I don't know if I'll regret it or not, but let me give you some man-to-man advice. Watch your back. You don't want to be the last one to know you're a fool. My words hit Chad like a physical blow. His face turned red, then pale, cycling between the two as if he couldn't decide which one he hated more. He pointed a trembling finger at me. Isabella is a woman. How can you, a grown man, talk about her like that? When I said I'd take care of her, I meant as a friend. You're just twisting our pure friendship into something ugly. His voice rose, meant for everyone to hear. With what you just said, you've destroyed any chance of getting back together with her. But his eyes flickered toward Isabella with a glint of hope he couldn't quite hide. The chat feed lit up again. Oh man, Lucas's insults are legendary. A recycling plant. A hyena. But dude, you're missing the point. He just called the female lead trash too. Oh crap, he really pissed her off now. The other guy is actually going to get the girl. Isabella, fight back. Find a way to slap him in the face metaphorically. Isabella's face had gone pale. She tugged on Chad's sleeve, her voice urgent. Chad, stop it. Then she turned to me. Her expression was complicated, a storm of emotions, but behind it, I saw calculation.
Happened to be the big music festival Riley and Tyler had been planning for months. 3-day passes, hotel reservations, camping gear, brand new festival outfits for Riley, the whole deal. All funded by me, naturally. The total came out to around $750, not even counting the clothes and accessories she bought just for the trip. Friday morning, I was in bad shape. I could barely stand without feeling like I'd collapse. My head felt like it was splitting open. I was shaking with chills even though I had a fever, and I hadn't kept food down in over 12 hours. Even water was coming right back up. I asked Riley if she could at least pick up some electrolyte drinks and maybe some bland soup before heading out. Just simple stuff to keep me from getting dangerously dehydrated. Her response, "Oh babe, I'm already running late. Tyler's picking me up in an hour and we have to get there early to set up camp. Can't you just order delivery?" I told her I already tried, but I couldn't keep anything down unless it was really bland. Plain rice, clear broth, saltines. I was actually worried I might need urgent care, and I couldn't drive myself in that condition. She rolled her eyes and said, "You're being really dramatic. It's just food poisoning, not the plague. I've been looking forward to this festival for months, and Tyler already confirmed our campsite. That stopped me. Campsite? I asked. What about the hotel I booked? She casually shrugged. Well, yeah, but Tyler thought camping would be more fun, so he canceled the hotel and got us a campsite. You'll get refunded eventually. Red flag number infinity. But I was too sick to process it fully. They had made major changes to plans, the ones I paid for, without even asking me. Riley, I really need you here. I'm genuinely worried about dehydration. Can't you go tomorrow instead? Or maybe Tyler can go ahead and you join later. That's when she dropped the line that ended us forever. Look, I get that you're sick, but Tyler has been planning this weekend for months. All his friends are going, and I already promised him I'd be there. You're a grown man. You can handle a little stomach issue for one weekend. I'll be back Sunday night. So I said, you're choosing a music festival with Tyler over, taking care of your fiancée during a medical emergency? Her answer, oh my God, you're being so manipulative right now. It's not that serious. People get food poisoning all the time. I'll be back Sunday night and you'll probably be fine by then. Stop trying to guilt trip me into missing something I've been excited about for months. The audacity was breathtaking. There, I was literally sick as a dog, asking my fiancée for basic care, and she treated me like I was an inconvenience ruining her fun. She packed her bags, grabbed her outfits and gear, and left me in the house I built, so she could party with Tyler at an event I paid for. And that's when everything clicked with painful clarity. This wasn't a relationship. It was a business deal. I provided the money, the house, the lifestyle. In exchange, I got to say I was dating someone out of my league. And Tyler wasn't just her friend. He was the backup plan, probably the real reason she insisted on keeping him so close. That weekend, while Riley played house with Tyler at the festival, I sat in bed with my fever breaking and started planning their complete financial destruction. The Yiwa. First thing I did was some digging. I pulled up our joint credit card statements and found patterns. Very ugly ones. Turns out Riley and Tyler had been living it up. Couples spa treatments, romantic dinners, even a weekend in Nashville she claimed was a girls' trip. All on my cards without my knowledge. In total, $13,000 in fraudulent charges. And the evidence was crystal clear. Massages for 2, expensive dinners, hotel rooms with 1 king bed, lingerie from Victoria's Secret bought the same day as dinner, dates. This wasn't friendship, it was a full-blown affair, funded by me. So Saturday afternoon, I started moving. First, I called my bank and reported every single card stolen. All of them, mine, Riley's emergency card, even my business ones. I told them I discovered unauthorized charges and had them freeze everything. New cards were shipped to my office address, not the house. Next, I secured my property. I called a locksmith and had every lock changed. Front door, back door, garage, workshop, pool house. Cost me $380, but worth every penny. I added high security, deadbolts too. Then I removed Riley from everything. Called utilities and had her name taken off every account. Electric, water, gas, internet, trash, landscaping. She'd never paid a bill anyway, so that was easy. But the car situation? That was beautiful. Riley's BMW wasn't hers. It was financed through my credit union, under my name only. She'd talked me into co-signing to build her credit. So I called the credit union and reported it taken out of state without my permission. They sent a repo team right to the festival grounds Sunday morning. They even sent me photos. Riley and Tyler screaming at security while the BMW got loaded onto a flatbed. They tried to argue it was hers, but couldn't prove a thing. Humiliating, I'm sure. The masterpiece, though, was the house. Riley thought. She was clever, using my address for mail, claiming residency. But in Ohio, that made her a tenant legally, not a girlfriend. And that meant I could evict her. So I drafted an official eviction notice, 30 days to vacate for non-payment of rent. Had it served by a process server Sunday afternoon while she was still at the festival. On top of that, I had my lawyer draft a financial agreement stating that any assets acquired during our relationship remained with their rightful owner, me. It included documentation of her fraudulent charges and theft in case she wanted to play games. Sunday night around 9:30, she came home, probably thinking she'd just slide back into her cushy lifestyle. I was in the living room, reading a construction magazine, when her key didn't work. She pounded on the door for 10 minutes before I answered. She looked wrecked. Dirty festival. Outfit. Smeared makeup. Tyler by her side, looking nervous. She snapped, "Why did you change the locks? And why was my car repossessed? Do you have any idea how embarrassing that was in front of all our friends?" I said, "Your car? You mean the one financed under my name, insured with my money? Come inside, Riley, we need to talk." Tyler tried to walk in, but I blocked him. "Actually, Tyler, this is between me and Riley. You can wait outside." Riley huffed. "Derek, don't be rude. Tyler's been helping me deal with your controlling behavior all weekend." That's when I handed her the eviction notice and financial agreement. "Riley, you have 30 days to find somewhere else to live, and you need to sign this stating you have no claim to my property or assets." She skimmed it, then lost it. "Are you kidding me? You can't evict me. I live here. This is my house too. We're engaged." "No, Riley," I said. "It's not your house. Your name isn't on the deed, the mortgage, or the bills. You've never paid rent. Legally, you're just a tenant, and now you're being evicted for non-payment." Tyler puffed up, trying to look tough. "Bro, you can't just kick her out. She has rights." "Actually, she doesn't," I told him. "And since you don't live here, you're trespassing. Leave before I call the cops." Riley broke down crying. Real tears this time, not the manipulative ones. Pure panic. "Derek, baby, we can work this out. I know I messed up with the festival, but this is insane. You can't just throw me out over one fight." "I'm not throwing you out," I said. "You have 30 days to figure out your life. That's more generous than most landlords give." "Where am I supposed to go? I don't have any money saved up." "Maybe you should have thought about that before spending $13,000 of my money." "On dates with your boyfriend," Tyler jumped in. "We're just friends, man. You're paranoid." So I pulled out the printed credit card statements. Highlighted dinners, hotels, lingerie, handed them over. Really looks like friendship too. "Me, Tyler, want to explain these charges?" The look on both their faces was priceless. Pure panic mixed with the realization that they'd been caught red-handed. The next month was absolutely satisfying to watch from the front row. Riley tried every manipulation tactic in her playbook. Crying, screaming, threats, attempted seduction, dragging mutual friends in to intervene, even showing up at my job site trying to cause a scene. None of it worked, because I'd finally stopped caring about her feelings and started, after Riley left. I decided to finally put myself first. She tried every trick in the book. Crying, yelling, threats, even attempts at seduction. She dragged mutual friends into it, showed up at my job site to make a scene, but nothing worked anymore. I had stopped caring about her feelings and started prioritizing my own well-being. She even hired a lawyer with money borrowed from her parents, thinking she could fight the eviction, maybe claim common law marriage or palimony. Her lawyer looked at my documentation and told her straight up, she had no case. She'd never paid rent, never signed a lease, had zero legal claim to my property, and there was no evidence of a financial partnership. On top of that, the $13,000 in unauthorized charges gave me grounds to press criminal fraud charges if I wanted. Her job hunt was hilarious to watch. Turns out being an Instagram influencer with 2,800 followers isn't a real career. She started applying for real jobs. Restaurants, retail, temp agencies, even basic office work, but nobody wanted to hire someone with a 2-year employment gap and no marketable skills beyond selfies and spending other people's money. Her resume was a joke. Social media manager for her own account, entrepreneur for a soap business that never sold a single bar, content creator with no measurable results. When asked about experience, she had nothing. No sales numbers, no campaigns, no references. Meanwhile, Tyler disappeared faster than morning fog. The second the money dried up, so did his friendship. He only stuck around when Riley came, with free meals, gifts, and access to my house and pool. Once that was gone, he ghosted her, blocked her, ignored her calls, even switched gyms to avoid her. Her parents didn't step in either. They'd always suspected she was using me and finally admitted they were done enabling her. They let her move back into her childhood bedroom, but only temporarily, and told her she needed to figure her life out. No more handouts, no more excuses. Her social media meltdown was pure comedy. She started posting dramatic Instagram stories about betrayal, about how people show their true colors when you need them most. Her small group of followers mostly responded with laughing emojis and comments like, "We all saw this coming." Turns out her situation wasn't nearly as private as she thought. But the real kicker came during the move-out process. I discovered she had been stealing from me for months. Tools from my workshop, supplements from my cabinet, even business equipment like my laser level and cordless drill set. I documented everything with photos and had my lawyer send a final financial accounting to her parents just so they could see the full scope of their daughter's character. 4 months later, life couldn't have been better. I got promoted to senior project manager at the biggest construction firm in the region, $210,000 salary plus profit sharing. I started dating an amazing woman, Sarah, a nurse practitioner who has her own apartment, her own car, and actually pays for her own meals. My house finally felt like mine again. No freeloaders, no drama. I could come home and relax instead of wondering what nonsense awaited me. My stress dropped, I slept better, and for the first time in years, I felt like I was steering my own life. Then Riley showed up. I was leaving work, heading to my truck, when I saw her sitting on a bench outside the building. She looked rough, cheap, clothes from discount stores, no makeup, greasy hair tied back in a messy ponytail. Definitely not the Instagram princess I'd once been engaged to. The designer wardrobe was gone, replaced by clearance rack outfits that didn't even fit. "Derek, please. I really need to talk to you," she said. I stopped, but didn't sit. "What's going on, Riley?" "I'm pregnant." For a moment, my stomach dropped. But then I did the math. We'd been broken up for 4 months and I hadn't touched her since before the festival. "Congratulations," I said. "Tyler must be thrilled." Her face crumpled. "It's not Tyler's baby and it's not yours either. I made some really bad decisions after we broke up." "Okay, what does any of this have to do with me?" "I need help. I can't afford to have a baby. I'm making $11 an hour at a discount store, living in my parents' basement. I can barely pay my phone bill. The father wants nothing to do with it." I waited, already knowing where this was going. "I know I messed everything up between us. I know I used you and treated you horribly, but I'm desperate. Can you please help me? I'll pay you back somehow, I promise." "Help you how?" I asked. "Money for doctor visits? An apartment deposit? What exactly are you asking for?" "I can't raise a baby in my parents' basement. Please, Derek, you're the only person I know with the financial means to help." The audacity was unreal. After years of using me as her personal ATM, cheating with her best friend, abandoning me when I was sick, stealing from me, now she wanted me to bankroll her single motherhood with some random guy's baby. "Riley, do you remember what you told me when I was sick with food poisoning? When I asked you to take care of me?" "That was completely different," she said quickly. "You told me I was being dramatic and needed to handle it myself because you couldn't disappoint Tyler. So here's my advice, word for word. You're a grown woman. Figure it out yourself." I turned toward my truck. "Derek, please," she begged, crying. "I'll do anything. I'll sign whatever legal agreement you want. I'll post online admitting how awful I was to you. Just please help me." I looked back one last time. "Riley, you had the chance to be part of something real, with someone who would have taken care of you forever. Instead, you chose to be a parasite, thinking the money would never stop no matter how you treated me. Now you're seeing what the real world looks like when no one else is paying your bills." "But what about the baby?" "I'm scared. I don't know what I'm doing." "What about it? You made your choice when you slept around after we broke up. That baby isn't my responsibility. Neither are you. You're on your own." I drove away. In my mirror, I saw her still sitting on the bench, crying. Did I feel guilty? Maybe for 2 seconds. Then I remembered her laughing at me, calling me dramatic, while I was dangerously dehydrated with a fever, and any sympathy vanished. Funny enough, a few weeks earlier, Tyler had actually reached out through a mutual friend, asking if I'd hire him for construction work. Apparently, he was struggling to make rent. The same guy who helped my fiancée steal $13,000 from me wanted me to give him a job. I told the friend to tell Tyler he should ask Riley for help. Oh wait, she's broke too. So, Reddit, am I the asshole for refusing to help my ex-fiancée? Fund her single motherhood after she abandoned me during a medical emergency? Her friends say I'm cruel. But I sleep like a baby every night knowing I dodged the biggest bullet of my life. Sometimes the best revenge is just letting people face the natural consequences of their own choices.